everyone. We're going to give just a few, we're actually there, 2:15. We're getting ready to get started. So fantastic. Give me 1 second here to move something out of the way and we'll get ready to go. Thank you for joining. I have just a few housekeeping items before we get started. First of all, there will be a short Q&A after the webinar, so please feel free to put your questions into the chat. Brittany Kelshaw, our Director of Marketing, will be there monitoring those for us, and we've had quite a few great after webinar talks going on, so please don't hesitate to reach out to us. So with that said, also be sure to check out our Williams Group Consulting YouTube content page, where you will find a recording of this webinar, as well as, yes, you will receive the webinar if you registered for it, as well as the other webinars from this series on schedule optimization and a wealth of other information. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I get a little trigger happy with those slides. So again, first and foremost, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Robin Elliott. I am the President of Consulting at Williams Group. And throughout our 6-part series, we have been discussing schedule optimization. And again, we would love your participation. Thank you so much for those that have been emailing me, asking me questions. That's why we're here. We want to help you succeed. So just to recap, so far we have covered turning shoppers into loyal patients. That was number 1. Part 2 was how to effectively schedule. And part 3 was technology and confirmations with our guest speakers from Weave. That was a lot of fun. We're now ready for our part 4 of our series, Sliding the Schedule, where I will guide you through how to manage patient expectations and efficiently handle cancellations. You know, this truly is the secret sauce to running a multi-million-dollar practice and to have those patients love you. But it really does take the A team who appreciates and understands the art of scheduling, and not just to basically make it happen. So let me help, and we will explore how to minimize the impact of cancellations on your practice and ensure that seamless patient experience. We always want that 5-star. So let's begin by talking about patient flow. Efficient patient flow truly is crucial for maintaining patient satisfaction and ensuring that our practice runs smoothly. Delays and inefficiencies caused by cancellations can significantly impact the patient experience and our overall performance, your day-to-day operations. Basically, effective management of cancellations is essential to keep your practice thriving. So what is the impact of cancellations on patient satisfaction? Patients who experience delays or rescheduling are more likely to feel frustrated, and they will leave negative reviews. Managing cancellations effectively helps us to maintain a positive patient experience, which is crucial for our reputation and patient retention. Very crucial. Here is a critical insight. 25% of patients who wait longer than 2 weeks for an appointment are likely to seek care elsewhere. They might schedule, but they might turn into that no-show that we don't want. Ensuring timely appointments and effectively managing cancellations can help us to retain those patients and help us to prevent them from looking for alternative care. This is why it's important to address cancellations promptly and efficiently. So cancellations, what do? They create schedule gaps, leading to operational disruptions and decrease in productivity. Unfilled slots result in direct revenue losses affecting the financial health of our practice. However, proactive management through rescheduling can mitigate these impacts. So let's talk about the detailed steps for managing cancellations effectively. First, it's important to have proactive, and I emphasize proactive communication. Confirm your appointments in advance through, of course, calls, texts, or emails. You're going to want to send reminders a few days before the appointment to reduce those no-shows. And remember, we want our no-shows 2% or less. If you're higher than that, there's something going on with your confirmation process and how we're communicating. And then we want to encourage patients to inform us as soon as possible if they need to cancel or reschedule, and do it in a positive way. I actually went over this in part 2 of our series on how to schedule efficiently. Gave you some good scripting. Next, it's important to be flexible with our schedule. We want to maintain a wait list of patients who can be canceled who can be called in on short notice. I like to call this our patient courtesy list we do here at Williams Group. We also want to offer same day or next day appointments to fill those gaps created by cancellation. We always want to book current. Keep that as a key reminder. And then we want to utilize our scheduling software to track and manage opportunities efficiently, such as our partners that we offer. But there's other tools too. How do we have that patient courtesy list? Is it electronic, etc.? So we can help you with all that. Next, we want to identify high risk slots. So what I mean by that is we want to analyze historical data to identify times and days with higher cancellation rates, so that we can schedule more flexible patients or shorter appointments during these high risk times. Very, very important. Again, this takes the A team to think about. Next, we want to have a backup plan. We want to have on-call patients ready to fill those last-minute cancellations. Again, I went over how to do this in part 2 of our series on how to schedule efficiently and effectively. Then we want to offer some incentives for our patients who can come in on short notices. And what I mean by this is that we can get you in with little to no wait time. And then if you say that to them, we have to stay true and ensure that that happens. And finally, we want to have effective follow-ups. So we're going to follow up with patients who cancel to reschedule their appointments promptly. We're not going to wait a week out. We're going to do it that day or the next day, right away. And then you're going to use your cancellations as an opportunity to gather feedback and understand the reason why are they canceling. So by following each of these steps, we can significantly reduce the impact of cancellations and ensure for more consistent patient flow. Very, very important. Why? Now let's talk about the benefits, okay? A streamlined process for managing cancellations leads to numerous benefits, more than what I'm going to list here. Improved patient satisfaction through reduced wait times, and efficient care obviously translates to better reviews and patient retention. Plus, ensuring timely appointments helps to maintain a steady patient base and support our practice growth. And finally, minimizing gaps in the schedule enhances our overall productivity and revenue. Always a key goal. Okay, you have the steps. Let's talk about your action plan. To implement these strategies, we need to start with staff training, ensuring all, and I capitalize all, team members are aware of and adhere to any new procedures is absolutely essential, or what our current procedures are. Here are a few steps. So, number one, we're going to educate our staff, all our staff, on proactive communication techniques and the importance of confirming appointments and how. We're going to train all of our staff to use scheduling software and to manage cancellations and wait lists. And remember, our technology does not remove the human touch. And everyone, I've said it, I'm going to say it again because it's that important. Everyone on your team needs to be able to schedule like a rock star. Very, very important. You can have your key players, but everybody needs to support each other and be able to do this, because without patience, nothing else matters. All right. You will also want to regularly review. So what I mean by this is that you want to monitor the effectiveness of your strategies. Collect feedback from your staff and your patients to identify areas of improvement, and then adjust procedures based on performance and feedback. By following these steps, you can continuously improve and achieve your goals in managing cancellations and in maintaining that effective patient flow. To wrap things up, managing cancellations and no-shows effectively is vital for maintaining efficient patient flow and positive patient experience and feedback, retaining those patients. Proactive communication, flexible scheduling, and having detailed steps in place, written down, can significantly reduce the impact on your practice in a very positive way. Okay, we had 20 minutes. I want to leave time for questions, but there you have it. The key steps to sliding your schedule and managing cancellations. Part 4 of our 6-part series on patient schedule optimization. I will stick around for a few minutes if you would like to submit a question. Brittany will be watching those. I'd be happy to discuss. Plus, be sure to email me if you are interested in receiving a checklist for your team. We also have other resources that can help, which would include our Optometric Success Center, which is our online learning library that is full of excellent resources and tools for all aspects of running a successful practice. And again, if you would like that information on our monthly subscription, again, simply email me at relliott@thewilliamsway.com. All right, Brittany, before I conclude completely here, did we have any questions come in?
Yes, we did have one question. What do you mean by maintain a wait list of people who can be called in on a short notice?
That's a really good question. And in fact, when we work with a lot of our practices, it's something that takes everybody a little bit of a moment to wrap their mind around the process, but it actually is the secret sauce. It's the absolute secret sauce for a successful practice. Each practice should have a monthly full exam goal that we want to hit. And setting and hitting that daily full exam goal, because we're just going to divide it out over the doctor days for that month, is absolutely essential. By managing cancellations, you can achieve hitting that goal. You're going to slide the schedule. So, for example, let's say you have a goal of 16 full exams, your comprehensive, your ophthalmic exams in a day, and you come in the morning and you pick up the phone and somebody's needing to reschedule their 10 a.m. appointment. That's all good. We're going to call them right away and get them rescheduled, but we don't have any openings in the afternoon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that patient courtesy list that I have, and I'm going to look for those patients who have given me permission. They told me I could call them, and that if an opening became available sooner, they would be happy to try and come in if it works with their schedule. Again, I went over this in part 2. So I'm going to call them, and I'm going to slide them forward, maybe from 3 o'clock to that 10 o'clock to get them in. Now, yes, I've created a gap in the schedule for that afternoon, but guess what? I've bought myself time. I now can just continue to slide my schedule forward. And everybody that's on that list has told me I could call them. And then there's multiple other steps that you can do, but it's how we ask them when I'm scheduling. And again, visit part 2 of our schedule optimization series, and I go over how to effectively schedule that call, and that's part of that. So, all right, any other questions at this point? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up because I'm sure you are all quite busy. So remember to visit our website at thewilliamsway.com. Here you will see our portfolio of services. We have consulting, our optometric success center. We do accounting specific for optometrists, and then of course transitions for those doctors that are looking to retire or partner in your practices. I love working with all of my colleagues at Williams Group, a wealth of information or skills here. So there you go. Thank you. I look forward to presenting our next series on effective pre-appointing and recall. We want to pre-appoint with a purpose and utilize recall as a backup. All right, everyone, have a great day, and thank you again for joining.